everybody, this is Sean Riley with Riley Real Estate and MassHomesale.com with this week's Q&A Saturday video. This week we are going to talk about what is going on with Massachusetts foreclosures. So if you follow the blog, you know that I have been doing monthly foreclosure updates for Massachusetts for well over a year now, and have looked back basically since the beginning of 2013 through the present time to see what's going on with different trends and how things are going. Just got this month's data, so I'm going to be writing that article in probably not next week, but probably the week after, once I have time to fully analyze it. But there were just some more striking things to me, so I want to talk a little bit about this again. Excuse me. The biggest news is that it is now officially 2 straight years, so 24 straight months of foreclosure petitions, the first step in the process of increases year over year. So in this case, we're looking at the February data, so February 2016 over February 2015, and prior to that, February 2015 over February 2014. And if this trend continues next month, we can actually say 2013 with that too. And I will say the 2016 level is well above the 2013 level, even though there was went up and down and started going back up. So that was pretty striking, and it was up a lot. It was up over 45% after being up almost 50% last month, and up 50% for the year in 2015 over 2014. So it's not like they're going up a little bit. Every single month has been at least double digits, and a lot of them have been these 40, 50, 60%, and a lot of them, especially the first year that they were going up, were quite a few of them were in the 100% range. So foreclosures are foreclosure petitions, obviously, are a leading indicator of foreclosure completions. So new bank-owned properties, REO properties coming on the market, and if there is a dramatic increase in foreclosures on the market, that generally pushes prices down because A, there's a lot more inventory, that's the first thing, and even though banks have been tending to fix these up a little bit more than they have in the past to try to get closer to market rate for them, they still generally go for a little bit under market rate, even the nice ones. And if they don't go to the extent of making them highly desirable, then they go for dramatically less. So there is basically more inventory and downward price pressure. So that can be a big indicator of the market, a market correction coming. Again, if you follow the multiple times per week market trend reports we do for cities and towns throughout Massachusetts and southern New Hampshire, you will notice that a lot of places have already slowed down quite a bit, stagnated, and quite a few places have gone down significantly. In all honesty, I do tend to focus on places that have gone down a lot, just because that's not what you generally see. So I'm trying to give the alternate perspective and showing that even though there's plenty of places that are still doing quite well, there's a lot of places that are not, and you have to be wary of that if you are going to be selling your house or looking to buy a house, or especially if you're going to be an investor and understanding the value of the places you're going to be buying. Excuse me. So getting over a little bit of a cold. So that's the big thing, is the petitions increasing. You also have had an increase in auctions. Auctions are very volatile. When you say auctions, you're talking about scheduled auctions. So if one gets canceled and gets rescheduled, it'll happen again. So those are a little more volatile. It doesn't tell you as much. But those have been increasing a lot recently as well. And the other thing are the actual completed foreclosures. Again, those are a little more volatile, but then there's a big lag time between the petitions. So in Massachusetts, a very quick foreclosure would be a little over a year. More typically, it's going to be a year and a half, 2 years, maybe even more than 2 years. So a lot of these increase in petitions are only starting to cycle through the system, and you're actually starting to see this a little bit more the last several months. In particular, this month was up almost 2/3 over where it was year over year from last year. So that's a big increase. And it was up over like 35%, I believe, like last month, over January of the previous year. and it was up over 20% for the year in 2015. So and it's been up for several consecutive months now. So you're starting to see stuff fall into line where these dramatic increases in the petitions are starting to result in large increases in the completed foreclosures as well. So, in a nutshell, foreclosure activity in Massachusetts on all levels has been increasing pretty steadily for a while now, pretty dramatically as well. Again, with the petitions. Not just the 2 straight years of year-over-year changes in the months, but you've also, as of the end of last year, you had 8 consecutive quarters where they were going up. So you take the seasonality out of that. It's just up, and for the first 2 months of the first quarter of this year, it's already higher than any quarter in 2013 or 2014, and it could actually go down for the first time month over month from the previous year and still increase all 4 quarters over next year. Over last year, I should say. So it doesn't have to be exceedingly high for that trend to continue for the first quarter of 2016 as well. So, I said, things are still going up, and you really want to keep track of this, like I said, if you're going to be buying or selling properties, because that is one of the major indicators of when you're going to see some stuff happen. So, like I said, if you start getting a dramatic increase in REO inventory on the market, that's going to be one of the things that's going to bring the market correction around and halt the hockey stick huge appreciation, and might actually start knocking things down on a very consistent basis. So, as I said, the market trend reports that I do, it's kind of a snapshot in time. Oh, look, this month things are down over where it was previously. But, that is somewhat volatile, but you're going to start seeing it happening, month over month, year over year, in a more consistent basis once you start having a glut of inventory and less people buying. If, they start increasing interest rates too, or if there's a slowdown in the economy and people start losing more jobs and stuff like that, these things are, you don't know exactly what's going to happen, but if you start getting some of these other economic factors happening too, then you could start seeing these things magnified quite a bit more. So, in a nutshell, foreclosures in Massachusetts have been increasing a lot. You want to keep an eye on that. You can keep an eye on it by checking out our blog and checking out our monthly foreclosure reports. Go to our foreclosure trends tab. You can see all the previous reports and some other videos and stuff like that we've done on this stuff before. And as always, if you have any questions or comments about this video, just put them down below and I'll answer all of them. If you have any questions you'd like to see in a future video, you can fill something out on the website, leave comments below, go to our Facebook page, our Twitter account, or send an email to info@masshomesale.com. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye-bye.